Welcome to the home of Athlone Town for the 2019 RUSTLERS CUFL Women's Premier Division final. It's IT Carlow against Maynooth University. Two sides have been immensely successful in this competition and the Kelly Cup over the past couple of seasons. They have both won this and the Kelly Cup as part of a League and Cup double the past two seasons. And IT Carlow also did the treble last campaign by winning the futsal. IT Carlow contain three players from the WNL champions Wexford Utes: Becky Casson, Lauren Dwyer and Orla Conlon. The captain from Peamount United, Megan Smith-Lynch, is one of 7 internationals of various grades for Ireland in the IT Carlow lineup. And they have 8 of the team that did the treble last season, under a new coach, Dean Goods. Strong bench as well, among them Hayley Cox, who's a student of the IT Carlow soccer course, Tara Jacob of Allenwood Celtic, and Becky Furlong, who's also Wexford based with Fastnet Rovers. Maynooth University have 3 other players who won so much with Wexford Youths last season: Sophie Lenihan, Sarah McKevitt and Lauren Kelly. There's also a Lauren Keeley of Peamount United who won the League Cup last campaign. And the captain of DLR Waves is Emer Lafferty, the Ireland Under-19 international. All told, they have 11 internationals for Ireland at various age grades. Among those on the bench, Maeve Keneally, who's won a huge amount, formerly with the Castlebar Celtic WNL squad, but now Maynooth University full-time. Emma Gillen from Greencastle in Donegal, and also Ciara Walsh of Leixlip United, and she's won an immense amount across various sports. So a very good evening from Will Downing and the Wexford Youths boss, Tom Elms. This should be an interesting one, Tom.
Yeah, really looking forward to this one, Will. Like you've mentioned there, there's a good representation from the Women's National League, so both teams have some good strong players on their side, experienced players, so we should be in for a good game tonight. Yeah,
and it's been a lovely warm day, as has been the case for the past week. Apparently this was the last day of it for the time being, but it's got a little bit chilly as the night has fallen and the floodlights have come on. And two teams who know each other really well. They've won pretty much all the trophies over the past 2 or 3 seasons, and we're hoping, expecting, anticipating for something really well contested tonight.
Yeah, well, it's strangely enough, they're probably, in a few weeks' time they'll be lined up against each other, but there's a mixture between the two now, so there's a couple of Wexford girls on either side, and the same with Peamount, so it's good to see how close they are, but I'm sure that's going to end very soon now when they cross the white line.
Great venue as well here, Athlone Town, with the new 4G surface, absolutely pristine, barely been played on.
Yeah, there'll be no excuses for misplaced passes tonight, that's for sure.
Well, no excuses, that will be listened to anyway, that's for certain. But in terms of the Women's National League, still pre-season, and for a lot of these players, they'll be involved in the National League when it kicks off shortly, Tom.
Yeah, no, it's a testament to them. I mean, they're balancing their pre-seasons with their clubs, and then obviously they're competing in the colleges leagues and competitions as well, so it's a lot on them physically, but I think, as one draws to the end, the other one's just beginning, so a mixture of feelings, but I think that their main focus tonight will be what's happening now and this game in front of them, so that won't be on their mind right now.
How useful is this for international players and for those who are competing in the Women's National League?
Yeah, it's great to them. It's great for them to be playing in a strong competition during the off season, and obviously then it means they don't get a break. But at the same time, it means they kept ticking over, and it maybe wouldn't be as intense as the league. So it's great for them. We've seen the league getting stronger and stronger every year, so it's great for the colleges football.
Well, here they come, ready for the big final. IT Carlow will be in lime green tonight, and Maynooth University will be in the black. And what successes these two have both had in recent seasons. and we kick off with our own Nevian. And there's a tremendous crowd here at Athlone Town as well for this big final. And it's been a big week of CUFL deciders at Abbottstown in both the men's and women's competitions. I'll give you a smattering of the results as the evening wears by. But it's that age-old moment, isn't it, Tom, when you've got the formalities on and you're just praying for the kick-off.
Yeah, they'll be looking just to get this underway now, you know. With the handshakes, though. The final smiles.
Well, between them, they have won 3 of the last 4 CUFL Premier Division titles. NUI Galway interrupting that run in 2016.
Yeah, it's been a great success for both teams, in fairness. It's been good to see.
So look at our match officials for tonight. The referee is Vicky McHenry. The assistants are Paul Tone and Ray Conlon. And the 4th official will be Alton Beaumont. Final moments, final huddles for these two. Big night in what is a lovely stadium. We're all based on the main stand, by the way, and it is a glorious, still relatively modern main stand here at Athlone Town. CUFL men's final is penciled in for the 19th of March. It was due to be today, but that competition is going to reach its climax on a different date. So for now, it's all about the women of IT Carlow and Maynooth University and those final critical words before the big kick-off. Final pleasantries between our captains, Emer Lafferty of Maynooth University, Megan Smith-Lynch of IT Carlow. And overall, do you find this one too tight to call?
I do. Both teams are strong. I think Carlow came out on top in the group stages of the competition earlier on, so they'll have that little bit of confidence behind them. But I think Maynooth have really grew into it this year. There's a few new faces, and it does take a while to settle into college football, to be fair. Young Sarah McKevitt would have been a first year Maynooth, and same with Lauren Kelly, who are both super players. So I'm sure they're just getting used to the way things are. So I think Maynooth are going to be a lot stronger. It's going to be a really competitive game.
All ready to go in Athlone. crisp night in the Midlands. IT Carlow get us underway in this CUFL Rustlers Women's Premier Division final. They are the defending champions and they're facing Maynooth University, who they dethroned last year. Between this and the Kelly Cup, IT Carlow did the double last season. Maynooth did it the year before. And for good measure, IT Carlow also won the futsal last season. They've done that a few years on the trot. They're in the green. Maynooth University are in the black tonight. Last touch off Quiva Walsh for Maynooth University, the Ireland Under-16 international from Derry City, and an immense amount of Women's National League players on show tonight in this CUFL decider. It's a solid cutout by Gemma Berry. Both times that she was asked it, Peamount United, who are well represented in the squad as well, along with the champions Wexford Youths. Peamount having lifted the Women's League Cup last season. They met during the league campaign. It was the opening game of the season, actually, and Maynooth University beat a somewhat depleted IT Carlow by 2-0. Brooke Dunn and Sarah McKevitt got the goals. Dunn scored twice in the competition. Sarah McKevitt has got 2. Lauren Kelly is their leading scorer with 3. She's wearing 10 and Lauren Keeley is wearing 8. That may be fiendish for the evening. Sophie Lenihan is the Maynooth goalkeeper in the yellow tonight of Wexford Youths. Ireland Under-19 international, as quite a lot of their squad is, and similar story for those representing IT Carlow tonight. And in the orange and goal for IT Carlow is Amanda McQuillan, who's got this one out wide. Quick throw, which Emer Lafferty will take. Out for another one. Been a succession of throws down this near side early on, Tom.
Yeah, you can see both teams trying to just sussing themselves out, or sussing each other out to start with. But yeah, they're both a little bit weary, I suppose, the nerves of a cup final on mind. But yeah, it's been a good start by both teams. Well,
just bounced off the back of Megan Smith-Lynch, who will be hoping to be lifting the trophy in around 2 hours' time this evening. Remember, extra time if necessary. 2 very tight deciders for them last season. Beat UCC in extra time to lift the Kelly Cup. Jackman Park in Limerick, and then at Oriel Park in Dundalk. It was barely a week later when they edged out Ulster University. The only goal to win this, the Rustlers CUFL League title. Somewhat of a giveaway down the middle by Lauren Dwyer. Maynooth have an opening down the right. It's Sarah McKevitt who's got that one long, but it'll be covered by Amanda McQuillan.
You can see Sarah McKevitt there using the pace really well. She's going to be a strong outlet for Maynooth now, I think.
Hannah Flatley is the only non-1-11 out of the 22 starters tonight. She's in. Jennifer O'Neill is on the bench wearing 2, so perhaps a late fitness test wasn't passed by Jennifer O'Neill tonight of Kilkenny United. That's a decent through ball, and Lauren Kelly's got the opening. Oh, that is a fantastic goal by Lauren Kelly! And Maynooth United lead with only 4 minutes played, and Maynooth's top scorer's done it again. That's 4 goals in 6 games in the league, and the finish was absolutely superb. Controlled by Brooke Dunn, then by Flatley. Kelly released, and what a finish.
Yeah, she's found a lovely bit of pocket of space between the centre back and the left back there. So when the ball was into the channel, she was in a great position, and she's took that really well. To be fair, not much Amanda McQuillan could have done with that in the goal. A superb finish, Will, there.
A fabulous strike by Lauren Kelly, and Maynooth have got the early goal. And it was a fine finish.
There was a small little bit of a fumble just before the goal. You could see Chloe Maloney got pulled out of position there. But it's important now, I think, that Carl looked to settle back on the ball and not rush too much. But a fantastic start by Maynooth.
That was a tremendous finish, and it's funny, I was about to say that it didn't look as if she had the angle, but she absolutely did.
It was one of them, though. The minute he left her foot, it looked good, didn't it? Yeah.
We were right behind it, and it looped over Amanda McQuillan, the Ireland international goalkeeper. Not part of the current squad in Marbella for a double date, 2 internationals against Wales. That'll be a free kick just outside the area.
Maynooth might feel a little bit hard done by there. It looked more like she took a little bit of a trip herself, but there'll be no complaints from IT Carlow.
It's Megan Smith-Lynch who went down of Peamount United, formerly of Shamrock Rovers, Raheny United, Shelburne.
Megan she'll fancy her chances from this now. She's an absolute superb left foot on her.
Maggie Duncliffe and Megan Smith-Lynch are the two over it. Duncliffe to the left, Smith-Lynch to the right. And Duncliffe hits the wall. It was a prime opening and they just could not take advantage.
No, she didn't hit that well at all. I think I give her the commentator's curse there, because
it's a great ball, and well, she would have been offside anyway, actually. Duncliffe signalled over on the far flank by Ray Conlon. Yeah. It was almost the perfect ball for her.
It was. Well, Carlo just decided to go from back to front, and sometimes there's no harm in that either. So, yeah, obviously Maggie Duncliffe was taking her time to recover back as she's playing centre half, but no complaints there. Maynooth's shape looks very good off the ball, Will. They're making life very difficult for Carlo, I think.
That's a late challenge, and it'll be a free kick, and we'll see if there will be a bit more than a free kick.
Yeah, it'd be very harsh to give her a booking this early in the game, a first challenge, but she'll need to be careful now.
Vicky McInerney, the referee tonight.
She's a good referee, Vicky. She reffed the FAI Cup final. There's a few dodgy decisions in there for her. She had to really be on her game that day, but she's very good.
And the back header by Maggie Duncliffe will be gathered by Amanda McQuillan in the IT Carlow goal. By that you mean there were a few awkward situations developed in which she handled the situation?
Yeah, she was called upon a few times. There was a couple of penalty shouts, and I think, you know, to the eye at the time, you might be thinking it's a penalty, but you know, until you look back after, you realise how good a decision it is by the referee, and it's credit to Vicky. You know, it's a big occasion, players on her back. You know, you got the supporters in the crowd as well appealing themselves. It takes a lot to make a good decision, and like I say, at the time, you might be thinking otherwise, but she gets a good perspective on it.
Long by Maggie Duncliffe again, who almost came on the end of a long pass just a few moments ago, but was denied by the bounce and the flag. It is a fast surface.
It is. You just see Carlo opting to go with that long ball last couple of times. I think one of the main reasons is Maynooth are defending very well from the front. They're very well organised, very well structured, so it's leaving Carlo with no other option.
Tamara O'Connor was pointed the way in the centre, but wasn't picked out. This is Chloe Maloney. The solid header forward by the Peamount central defender, who was involved in that treble-winning side last season. Caps up to Ireland under-19 level twice. She's been in the WNL Team of the Year also. Struck by McKevitt, but well blocked. Here's Smith-Lynch with a chance to bring it away, and Tamara O'Connor in the centre of the park. That is a lovely ball out wide.
Oh, she's asking a lot.
Openings potentially were there, but the pass by Brona Kane was just a little bit overhit. It's done well to win it back. Bit untidy. O'Connor. Offside again. This one against Brona Kane of Kilkenny. She's the Kilkenny United captain.
Yeah, I think the officials got that one right again. They just need to hold that line a little bit.
Turning into a bit of a misty old evening as well. You can just see it beginning to gather under the floodlights here at Athlone Town.
Yeah, we won't complain. We've been blessed the last couple of days now, in fairness, haven't we?
It's all good unless we get another few days of it, and indications are that's the end of it for the time being. It's been the hottest February we've had.
Well, we were under snow last year.
Yeah, I remember that very well. This very week. Yeah.
Should we done the intervarsities and we were freezing, so it's a nice change.
It's another decent through ball. Brooke Dunn seeking to be released.
Yeah, you can just see Maynooth looking for that quick release, Will. Players playing high up on the shoulder.
Both these two play in the Southern Division, and both getting through their semi-final against the top two from the Northern Division. Maynooth University beat IT Sligo 2-0. Lauren Kelly and Quiva Walsh got the goals. IT Carlow were 4-0 winners over Letterkenny IT, with Tamara O'Connor getting 2. Megan Shannon also on the score sheet. Free kick against Emma Byrne of ESB. It's featured in the Ireland Universities team that's in action in Taipei at the World University Games a couple of years ago. A little bit of calm being urged by Vicky McHenry there for the IT Carlow skipper, Smith Lynch. Forward by Chloe Maloney. Opportunity for a cutout by Rebecca Carroll. It was just too high for Sarah McKevitt, just sailed out. Throw for IT Carlow, who suffered that early blow by conceding. Becky Casson. Well, they're making progress through throw-ins down their left-hand side.
Yeah, they're enjoying a good bit of possession at the minute, Will, but they're not really getting into those areas where you think they might be creating a goal-scoring chance, you know.
It's well mobbed up by Casson down this near side. Bit of room for Lauren Dwyer. Couldn't quite keep her balance, but managed to get the pass complete, and that's been cut out very quickly by Hannah Flatley. Raced onto it, didn't have the control. Here's Casson again for IT Carlow. Orla Conlon. Flag stay down. It'll rise now in the near flank for a throw for IT Carlow.
Read that really well.
Short pass trying to find Megan Shanahan. Yet another throw. Nice crowd here, a couple of hundred watching at the home of Athlone Town. Smith Lynch. She's got the pace and the space, but pressure behind her from Emma Byrne, who's given the free kick away. Right in front of goal again. Possibilities here for IT Carlow.
Yeah, these are the sort of areas Megan would like to get her free kicks, you know. She's causing a lot of trouble. She's getting on the ball in midfield, and you know, you think that right-hand side looks very good for Carlow at the minute. If they can get the ball out there a little bit more. Lorna Callahan and Brona Kane are both in acres of space a good bit. But again, Maynooth just proving very tough to break down.
Again, it's Duncliffe and Smith Lynch who are the two over this. Duncliffe floating it in, looking for an arrival on the far side, which wouldn't come. Struck high by Gemma Berry. This is Flatley. Good cut out. Duncliffe had a pop from a decent range. Just couldn't quite get it on target. but the first real attempt of the contest for IT Carlow, the defending champions. Conlon wants it in the middle, and she wasn't the only one. Another one off target. But at least IT Carlow are beginning to string a couple of half chances together for the first time in the game.
Yeah, they are. You could argue they're on top, but that's the first time we've really seen them try and strike at the goal there. But there could be shots out of frustration more than anything, Will, I think.
Sophie Lenihan hasn't had a lot to do in the Maynooth University goal so far. Wexford Youth's goalkeeper and Ireland under-19 international. IT Carlow will certainly try and change that over the next 75 minutes plus. Oh, just managed to nick it, got the slight touch in the back heel, has opened the door impressively, and finally Sophie Lenihan has a bit of match action to deal with. Gathered it well, got it away well. Maynooth have had the goal, but IT Carlow have had the really no more than half chances since. McKevitt, back for Lafferty, who's been robbed, and this is Lauren Dwyer. And that was a very important challenge right at the end by Rebecca Carroll to snuff that opening out. The Peamount United defender has played up to Ireland under-19 level and universities as well. Won 3 of the last 4 titles between them, and they're the only 3 titles won by these two in this league, the CUFL, which dates back to 1987.
There's that space on the right hand side we were talking about. Will Brona Kane in acres out there, and you can just see that
Tamara had found Kane, but Tamara O'Connor didn't have the control. Here's Casson.
It's starting to open up a little bit now for both teams.
Just ran underneath Hannah Flatley there. She only had Brooke Dunn really in advance of her. Maynooth's Newbridge Colts striker. Remember, they did this double in 2017, winning the league and the Kelly Cup. Kelly Cup final this year, the 13th of March at Seaview. The Home of Crusaders in Belfast. Ulster University are hosting the competition this year. Lovely stadium, by the way. Lots of people won't have been up there, but it is a glorious ground. Fulham played there in the Europa League in the summer of 2011. Beat Crusaders 4-2, but it was in the balance for a good bit. That was when Martin Yole was in charge. Decent ball out wide. Here's Sarah McKevitt. Chance to get it in the middle quickly, but very important cut out by Chloe Maloney. Orla Conlon has come in, but the ball has gone out, and it will be a green ball. Controlled by McKevitt. Well,
it was a great kick out under pressure there from Sophie Lenihan, and she really had to find a pass there. Unfortunately, I think McKevitt could have done a lot better with that.
Casson's throw is a good one. Here goes Tamara O'Connor down the left-hand side. Nobody really in the centre yet. And Orla Conlon's final pass was a little bit awry, but they have another throw.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that, Will, haven't we? With the final pass just letting both teams down, really.
Megan Smith-Lynch towards the edge of the box, and Megan Shanahan could only go so far. Oh, Amanda McQuillan has come way, way out, and she had to get that right, and she's won the throw.
Chloe Maloney asked a lot of the goalkeeper there, didn't she?
That was very, very marginal. And you'd say she just about got away with it.
Yeah, I think she'll have a bit to say about that one. Rebecca Cow's mopped everything up at the back, hasn't she? She's alert to that ball. She's first to it every time at the minute.
Lauren Dwyer, head down, ball at her feet. Long, but O'Connor won't get there. Sophie Lenihan smack it away. Didn't matter where, as long as it went past halfway and out of danger.
Sometimes that's all you want, a ball cleared, out of danger. Take the pressure off you for a few minutes and get your shape back. That'll be important for Maynooth now. You can just see things have loosened up a little bit the last 5 minutes. So I think they'll be glad of this little breather and just reset themselves.
It's quite an open venue, this, and obviously one of the newer ones in the League of Ireland.
Yeah, it's a fantastic facility now.
Orla Conlon has a little bit of space on this near side. Becky Casson on the overlap, and Casson still going. Lafferty with a good block. Corner it is for IT Carlow. Their first of this league final.
This will be an interesting one now. Carlow have a few players who are good in the air, like to go and attack the ball, so Maynooth will need to be aware, make sure they're marking up tightly. And again, Megan's deliveries, you know, they're very, very good, so they should definitely be given something to go and attack.
So Smith-Lynch with the corner for IT Carlow. Delivery was good, and Sophie Lenihan came and gets the free kick out for Maynooth.
Yeah, she's very lucky there, isn't she? The keepers are very well protected these days. She won't be complaining though.
I think you'd say it's been that way for a while.
Yeah. Gone are the days where you could put the keeper and the ball in the back of the net.
Walsh. Lauren Kelly had too much to get through down the far side. You can just see with the banners on the far flank that the wind is really picked up over on the far side, which isn't as evident on the near due to the grandstand. Lauren Keeley knocked across the back, and might not be too much room for manoeuvre, and it's another throw given away. Sarah McKevitt had done her best on their side to keep it in, but they're a little bit stretched that time in the back, Maynooth University. Here's Becky Casson, short for Smith-Lynch. Megan Shanahan.
Oh, nice touch from Megan.
IT Carlow, both in terms of the college side and the football club. That was a tremendous touch and turn by her. Haven't got an opening yet, though. Haven't so far. Carlow had a good solid crack on goal, which is what Maynooth had so early on in this. Here's Shanahan again. Decent ball down the centre, and O'Connor got a slightest of touches, but needed something a bit firmer and control to hold it up.
Gemma Berry and Rebecca Carroll have been really strong this first half so far. They've read everything really, really well and really took care of the attackers from Carlow, so they'll be looking to continue that good work.
Brooke Dunn was just cut from the back by Chloe Maloney. Free kick for Maynooth University. These two in one form or another involved in 5 league finals in a row. That was absolutely tremendous by Tamara O'Connor. A chance to get it down the middle, and a strike of real depth. Oh! What a goal! Brona Kane, 1-1. That is a worldie from a long way out.
Well, you were paying respects to the turn in the middle of the park there by Tamara O'Connor, but the finish was equally as good. We've seen 2 great finishes this game. We really are spoilt.
Well, that was, 30 yards or more. It was a superb ball forward by Tamara O'Connor. Did wonderfully to win it. And just look at this for a finish from Brona Kane. Saw the keeper off her line. That's 30 yards, including the angle. Sophie Lenihan beaten. First attempt on target in the game for IT Carlow, and they score from it past the midway point of the first half.
We might go as far to say that it was a better finish than the first one, which took some beating, but both occasions the keepers have been left with nothing they can do. 2 superb finishes we've seen so far, and I think, Will, that's really going to open this game up now.
And on both occasions the goalkeepers might well have thought that they'd actually done the right thing, cut the angle down.
Yeah,
danger wasn't immense, and it was.
It's nice to see the players having that confidence to hit the ball early. You know, sometimes they feel they need to take things a little bit closer, but you just see there now they get their head up and have the confidence to have a goal. It's paying off for both teams.
Met by Rebecca Carroll.
But again, Will, he's down that right-hand side for Carlow. We mentioned it earlier. The space down there, there's acres of space, and Brona Kane's starting to come into the game. So I think from Carlow's perspective, if they can keep looking to play down that side, it's certainly going to pay off for them.
A handball that was by Gemma Berry. It bounced up, and movement of the arm towards the ball. Dangerous one in towards the centre, and a corner. Flag has gone up anyway.
Good defending from Carroll again. She's read the danger there really, really well. Just done enough there to put the goal scorer, Brona Kane, off her shot again. So she's done really well. And she's in again.
Released by Lauren Dwyer. Kane's chance. Angle again was a narrow one, but this one off target.
You notice the keeper stayed on the line that time, Will. Not closing down any angles anymore.
Once bitten. Dean Good has taken charge this year. It was Darren McGarry that guided them to the treble last season. Their first Kelly Cup triumph of recent seasons, seeing them beat Sligo 2-1, IT Sligo in the 2016 decider, and then that 1-0 victory over UCC to win the Kelly Cup last year, and tight one to win this league crown, which they're now back on terms to defending this time around.
You just see Carlow opting to look to turn the back four of Maynooth now, try and play in behind. Their front three are playing a lot higher up now on the shoulder. See if they can get a bit more joy from that.
And that was out. Huge selection of National League players on both sides, and ones that have won the league, the cup, and the League Cup also.
Yeah, but you know, you can say that as well, but you know, the girls that aren't playing National League have really stepped up as well today. As much as there's a great show of talent out there on display today for us to see, and you can see those players though, they're really kind of, you know, controlling the game, and they're kind of enforcing the play. But you know, all the other squad players are stepping up, which is great to see as well. Again, you'd be looking at the experience of those players to come through today. That's what you'd be really relying on. How to control and manage games would be really important, especially during that spell of pressure there where Carlow just would have been behind. They need to keep the heads and keep working away, and that paid off for them. And same for Maynooth now, and you know, they haven't got to change anything they've been doing too drastically. They've started this game really well, and they've enjoyed as much possession maybe as Carlow.
Flag up, near side. Maynooth University ball, and they may have had an option of taking it quickly, but there were so many green, black and red bodies around the ball, they made sure that wasn't going to be an option. Sarah McKevitt will take the free kick from Wexford Youths, one of the nominees for the Under-17 International Player of the Year. Delivery was good, and the header not the strongest by Emma Byrne, but it couldn't be from that angle. McQuillan couldn't get it far. Cut out again by Emma Lafferty. And a Carlow throw. Casson across towards Chloe Maloney again. There's a lot of room in the near side for Orla Conlon, and she was spotted, wasn't quite picked out successfully. Tomorrow Connor might have her an option here. Back for Becky Casson again. That's a great ball by Casson. It's Smith-Lynch! Side netting from Megan Smith-Lynch, who's stolen brilliantly. Good vision by Becky Casson. Great chance for IT Carlow. It was a glorious ball through. Casson saw the break, anticipated what Megan Smith-Lynch was going to do, and almost scored. Might be in again. Well, they fell behind early on, IT Carlow, but they're putting the pressure on now.
Yeah, they're really starting to, you know, you see the runners from midfield coming in a lot more now. Megan Smith-Lynch making those late runs in behind the back four, and they really are putting the back four of Maynooth under a lot of pressure at the minute. Just building up more and more momentum since they scored that goal.
Casson's throw of Wexford Youths. Won 4 of the last 5 league titles. She's won a couple of shields with them as well. 4 leagues, 2 cups. Another free kick. Again, it's the pairing of Maggie Duncliffe and Megan Smith-Lynch over this free kick. Duncliffe sending it dangerously in towards the area, looking for a flick on, and it came, but it's handball.
Yeah, you don't know which one's going to deliver that ball in, and Maggie's deliveries have been equally as good. They're putting them in them areas, giving the Carlow players something to go and attack, and that's all you can ask for from a free kick. Again, another late foul there. Now they're starting to rack up a little bit.
And Emma Byrne will be the recipient of the first yellow card in this league final.
Yeah, like we said, Vicky McHenry, good referee in there. She's seen a few of them rack up, and just to let the Maynooth players know that she's observing them. So I think it's a good decision to give a card on that one.
Duncliffe on her own will take the free kick this time. The deliveries have been threatening from a Maynooth point of view, and the back header just wide from Lauren Dwyer. Maynooth have created very little since the opening goal. Sarah McKevitt, this is Emma Lafferty.
She's done well there under a lot of pressure from the Carlow players. They're pressing really well, and they're pressing in numbers and making life very difficult for Maynooth to get out of their own half.
Lafferty, as quite a lot of you will know, has been a ladies footballer for Donegal right through the grades. Under 16 all the way up to senior. Cassin's throw, the long strike forward by Sarah McCavitt, but nobody really up there from a Maynooth University point of view. Brooke Dunn the furthest advanced. Might be very inviting for Conlon here, and she's controlled it well. And here's lovely. Dwyer, gets it through. Megan Shanahan offside.
Well, I think they may have got that one wrong, Will. I think she looked good there for a minute. Well, we might be able to look back at her half-time, maybe.
Well, if she was, it was not by a lot. Had something like 4 offsides against them in this first half, so it just shows how much they're prodding at the Maynooth defence. Strong header again from Lauren Dwyer, but out.
Again, you just see the Carlow players swarming around that ball nice and early, making life very difficult.
And Megan Smith-Lynch has been fouled. It's a free kick given away by Lauren Keeley with the A.
They must be racking up as well now, Will, the free kicks.
Relative of John Sheridan, the Chesterfield manager and the regular Ireland international in the glory days of Euro 88 and Italia 90. In terms of relatives, Lauren O'Callaghan in defence for IT Carlow is the daughter of the Maynooth boss, James O'Callaghan.
I'd say that's been an interesting household for the last week or so.
It'll fall to Casson! Just over the top by Becky Casson, first time strike from a long way out. And she almost did it again.
Yeah, we maybe could have seen another goal top there. That would have been a great strike from Becky. Well within her rights to hit that from there, I think. It just fell lovely for her there, and why not? She has hit it well.
Lovely first time strike by Casson. It's been a game full of incident. Entertaining first half. We can only hope it continues into the second. Lauren O'Callaghan's done brilliantly there. And here she is, O'Callaghan still going against her father's side. Just ran into trouble. O'Callaghan of Peamount, Ireland under-19 international, trying to track back and win back. And it's out for the throw. Really good sequence of play. Entertaining old contest, this. And the back header suddenly caused Carlow a couple of palpitations. Struck long, just went beyond Orla Conlon. Forward by McKevitt, that's a good move. Oh, the final pass was just too strong by Hannah Flatley. New surface this, so it will whiz fast along it. Chloe Maloney. Megan Shanahan getting it short, but skipper Smith Lynch just lost out. Forward by Maggie Duncliffe. There's a few bodies on the deck and they have to be looked after.
Yeah, Lauren Dwyer's down for Carl at the minute, holding a thigh.
Strange dynamic that, you know, so many who've been club mates for so long come up against each other in this competition.
Yeah, it must be a strange feeling for them. 1 minute they're sharing a dressing room, the next minute they're in opposite. Just entering the last few minutes here. I think both teams will look to see the half out now strongly.
Yeah, Dean Good, the IT Carlow coach, he's assisted by Sandra Coulber and Sean Hoare this season. Beat Letterkenny IT 4-0 in the semi-final. Wins over UCC, Waterford IT and NUI Galway during the league stage, but beaten by Maynooth University away in Maynooth to start off the competition.
Yeah, it would have been a tough one to take after the success of last year, going off the back of a treble to lose your first game. So maybe it could have been what they needed just to help them to refocus and you know, not be thinking too much about what they'd already achieved.
Sophie Lennon, who got cut out by that amazing strike by Brona Kane from a long way out. An incredible finish. James O'Callaghan, who is up against his daughter tonight, is assisted by Vincent Patterson. Goalkeeping coach is David Burke, who's been involved in the league for a good few seasons. Development officer Barry Prendeville and the physio Lee Van Haften. It's not the physio who we're seeing out in the pitch here.
Oh, that's for sure.
And here's the league-winning boss, Tom Elms.
Thanks.
Wearing Wexford colours tonight, you'll notice.
I had to bring my colours down with me tonight. I'm a neutral supporter. Wexford players on both teams, so it's good to see them all out there. Obviously keeping a close eye on their progress and making sure none of them get hurt as well at the same time. So glad to see Lauren Dwyer back up on her feet. And another positive is Lauren Kelly, who's joined us this year. She's took her goal really well, and she's grown into the game more and more, I think, as the half's gone on. So lots of positives from my perspective.
Yeah, Sixton Wexford Youth involved in the final. You've others involved in this competition elsewhere?
To be a couple of the girls representing in other colleges, absolutely. So we keep that's what's good about the colleges league. It gives them the opportunity, obviously, like I say, enough during the off season they can continue playing and keep themselves busy and involved.
Approaching 45, but a few minutes of stoppage time coming. Fair old smack away by Chloe Maloney of IT Carlow and PMAD. Sarah McKevitt, unfortunate for Emer Lafferty, the Maynooth University skipper, who had just lost the run of that. 2 out of minutes.
Just misread the intentions there of the run. A little bit of confusion between the two.
Short by Casson for Orla Conlon. Another Maynooth University throw. It's probably fair enough if both sides go in tied at 1 apiece, but Maynooth University may well be frustrated having gone in front so early. I haven't been able to build on it, given the free kick away too, as Sarah McKevitt brings down Megan Smith-Lynch.
They're clever fouls to be given away, Will. They're not bad challenges or anything like that. They're just enough to upset the attack from Carlow. But we've seen the yellow card being brandished once, so they need to be careful, really.
Duncliffe has plenty of options open. Went long with that towards the far flank. And it may be very, very inviting right in the centre. What a chance. Conlon was there, fed by Shanahan.
She was offside.
Wouldn't have counted anyway.
Late flag, yeah.
But what a big opportunity, and what another cracking free kick by Duncliffe here.
Yeah, again, you can just see it being put in that area, and Chloe Maloney, she's attacked everything so far. Well, I think she was onside. Yep, she was onside. It was given a goal kick, so had Conlon taken that a little bit better, the goal would have stood. But again, you see Maynooth are giving those fouls away and around the box, but Carlow are really attacking those quite well, so something they might want to consider now at half-time about the amount of fouls they are giving away, because they're only putting themselves under that little bit of pressure.
And that's it, half-time. 2 incredible goals we've seen in that opening 45. Lauren Kelly put Maynooth University ahead after 4 minutes, a terrific chip to score, to put them in front with the very first opportunity of the game. But then IT Carlow took a while to get into it, equalised from even longer out. Brona Kane with that. And at half-time in the RUSTLERS CUFL Women's Premier Division final, it's IT Carlow 1, Maynooth University 1.
It's been a very good half of football, very end-to-end. Good flow to the game. I mean, very few interruptions to it. We had the one foul there that stopped the game for a couple of minutes, but other than that, it's been a good flow. They've kept the ball in play for a good while, and both teams have put a really good shift in out there. Carlow have controlled the ball really well, I think, but you can't help but feel that Maynooth look really good on the break. They've the break quite quickly, and you've seen exactly where the goal came from, and you've seen similar opportunities as well during the half. So you definitely need to be aware of that in the second half as well.
Stay with us then. Half time. IT Carlow 1, Maynooth University 1. So Maynooth back out on the pitch for the second half. And IT Carlow joining them. It's got quite nippy as the night has worn on, definitely in contrast to what we've had in the past week or so. Still been cold in the evenings, but especially so tonight. Maynooth in front so early through Lauren Kelly. IT Carlow equalising through Brona Kane. It's past the midway point of the first half. It's been good stuff so far. Tom Elms?
Yeah, it's been really entertaining. We're both just saying over half time how it's been end to end. Both teams having, well, probably more so Carlow really enjoying a little bit more of the ball, but Maynooth again looking dangerous on the break. So I'll be interested to see if Maynooth changed their approach to the game at all this half and maybe try to go at Carlow a little bit more. Be interesting to see. It's always a dangerous game to play when you sit in and look for those breaks.
So underway for the second half of this Rustlers CUFL Women's Premier Division final. The holders, IT Carlow, won. The previous champions, Maynooth University, won. And Maynooth trying to get their third title in 5 years. They've only won the league twice previously. IT Carlow just the once previously last year, on their way to the treble.
Maynooth making their intentions known early. A direct ball forward for Kevin to chase onto. Maybe we might be looking to be a little bit more offensive this half.
Dangerously on the edge of the area now. That's a penalty shout. If ever there was one, Lauren Kelly went down, but not given.
Yeah,
wow.
They'd have every right to be appealing that one, Will. Again, another one for us to look back on later, but it really appears that Lauren Kelly's got the touch on the ball there and turned it around the corner. You might argue it was very close to the keeper, but I think at the end of the day, a foul's a foul, and it looked like she was taken out by the centre half there.
Well, that was a brilliant moment. That's definitely worth looking at again, that penalty opportunity. We will see, but it's back in play quickly. Brooke Dunn sends it forward. Absolutely no time being wasted by Maynooth up front. There's a little bit of freneticism in the IT Carlow defence for once, really.
Yeah, well, we mentioned whether there might be a change in approach from Maynooth, and it seems like there is. They're a lot more direct this half, and they're putting a lot more pressure on higher up the pitch, and they win it back higher as well, and it's paying off for them. We can see now McKevitt's through again.
Cross was good. Cross was very, very enterprising. Lauren Kelly trying to arrive again down the middle. The Wexford youth striker, the Ireland under-19 international. She's very impressive. 32 underage international caps from under-16 up to under-19. And for a lot of these with under-19 experience, what's required for them to make the final push up to senior level?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing making that step up from under-19 to senior is the athleticism and in the game as
great
it changes.
Ball, brilliant ball!
Oh.
Fabulous finish by Emma Byrne, and Maynooth lead 2-1. What a setup! Flatley and Kelly involved, but Emma Byrne finishes it off, and it's 2-1 to Maynooth. 4 minutes of the first half, 2 minutes of the second half. That's when their goals have arrived.
Again, it's poor possession from the back from Carlow, and a midfield runner between the two defenders again, similar to the first goal. But again, she's took it really, really well. And yeah, Maynooth, their approach this half has been really, really positive, and it's been a great start by them. Maybe caught Carlow cold.
A very, very good finish. And the IT Carlow defence unsettled at the start of either half, and Maynooth have pounced on both occasions.
It's been a really good start for them. They deserve that goal for the way they've started this half. Again, Carlow giving themselves more work to do after a good first half, getting themselves back in the game.
Emma Burns scored the third in a 3-0 away win at UCC during the league stages of the competition, and now she's scored in the final. Tremendous goal by the ESB midfielders, the Ireland University's international. It was very well taken. It was the closest range goal we've seen so far tonight in Athlone, as Rebecca Carl is arguing the toss. She gets the set piece her way anyway.
Unfortunately, the first two goals just overshadowed it really, but it was a really well taken goal, a clever little bit of play. It was a great run from midfield, and really cool finish as well to beat the keeper. So, great finish for her.
Flatley, whose assist has provided the lead goal. Long one for Orla Conlon down the left-hand side. Casson just managed to skip past Sarah McKevitt.
She's done really well
Corner.
there.
Corner kick. IT Carlow responded well to going behind for a second time.
Well, I'm sure Dean will be looking for the same response as he did in the first half.
It's getting murkier over on the far side, below the floodlights. Headed by Brooke Dunn, not away, just more in the centre. Final strike, gathered well by Sophie Lenihan. It was a real threat, it was a good delivery, and it was well stopped by Lauren Dwyer, but good save.
Good pressure from Carlow.
Smith Lynch on halfway, and that's just too strong. Brona Kane wasn't going to latch onto that, wasn't going to reach it. Amanda McQuillan's got the time to control. It's the under-17 International Player of the Year. He's got a good attack going here. Brona Kane wins the corner. Well stopped by Quiva Walsh.
It's a great tackle by Walsh to get back there. Brona was through there for a minute, but great tracking back and an excellent challenge.
Walsh with 3 All-Ireland schools titles to her name and player of the match in the 2017 decider. That was well defended. Looks like Athlone Town are training in the background, or at least a handful of them are.
Well, here's the ones now just arriving. Looks like a bit of pre-season fitness work still for them.
Smith Lynch, good delivery, dangerous one, and Lenihan makes the claim. Head injury as well, which means that Nathan Hefton, the Maynooth University physio, is going to be required. And not just Lee. Looks like she's recovered in time, but still have to check. As we say, decent crowd at this league decider.
Yeah, it's always good to see a good turnout and good support. I think both colleges college and university both encouraging students and staff to come down and support the teams. It's really good to see. Obviously puts the colleges on the map a little bit as well.
And both locations are relatively close enough to Athlone as well.
Yeah, it's not too far for them to travel tonight.
Now, as is always the case, has to go off before coming back on. No changes yet. Brooke Dunn, who's found the net twice so far in the competition against Waterford IT, and IT Carlow 2-0 home wins both. Their only defeat along the way. They have both lost along the way. And Maynooth University beaten in Galway by NUI Galway 3-0 in their final group game. Chloe Maloney's winning goal last week. It's her last year at Oriel Park. Amber Barrett scoring twice when Maynooth University lifted this in 2017. And a real thriller in 2016 when IT Carlow beat it on penalties by NUI Galway after a 3-3 draw. Claire O'Riordan hat-trick, but it wasn't enough for IT Carlow. Megan Smith-Lynch, it's strong and too much so.
Look like they could be making the first change of the game, Will.
Smith-Lynch. Decent close control. There's Chloe Maloney again.
Oof. Yeah, cramp kicking in there.
It's a nippy old night. The old muscles will be beginning to tighten up, maybe.
Won't be wanting to lose your captain. Lafferty going down there with the cramp. You just see her pulling up in her stride.
Still 35 minutes to go, and extra time if necessary tonight, by the way. They're getting Cleaner Owens ready here, as you can see, of Calais. FAI Intermediate Cup winner with Shelburne in 2015 and claimed the Leinster Senior Schools Cup with Sacred Heart Tullamore 5 years ago now. All-Ireland 2016 winners with the Offaly ladies at under 16 level 3 years back. May be required, may be needed now. That's trouble for Emer Lafferty, the Maynooth captain.
Be interested to know if Lafferty had signalled that she was struggling with that, or maybe Maynooth might be having to look at, you know, changing what their plans a little bit here if it is worse than it looks.
Well, she's still being readied on the touchline. Cleaner Owens if necessary, and if this obviously goes beyond cramp, then that's bad news for the captain. And as you can see, the arms are up. A bit of anguish there for Emer Lafferty. With DLR waves and another Ireland under-19 international, and big concern.
You say cramp, it could have been a little hamstring pull, you just don't know.
Well, we'll see how she's able to move.
So she's going to try and walk that off and continue, Will.
Well, they were getting Cleaner Owens ready, but that may not have been the change. That may have been elsewhere on the pitch. So back in play. Maynooth University back to the 11 again. Emer Lafferty is going to try and run the injury off. No, she's gone down again, I'm afraid. She's gone down again. I suspect there's not much left in the cup final for her, and it's unfortunate. But she really is struggling. That one's gone past her. Dwyer. It's at the feet of Emma Byrne, and that's sent straight
out of play.
Yeah, this is going to be the end of it, I'm afraid to say. I just can't see Emer Lafferty continuing. And it is a big, big pity, but she went down again. And here comes the change. Cleaner Owens to come on. And the captain of Maynooth University, Emma Lafferty, goes off before the hour mark. Couldn't run off that muscle injury, and replaced by Kalina Owens. And that is hard lines on the Maynooth skipper. It's a cold night, and I know there's many who think that on a night like this that you actually wouldn't feel the twinges as bad, that they'd be numbed, but those who've suffered injuries on cold winter nights who tell me it actually feels a lot worse. Lauren O'Callaghan will take the throw. Opportunities again from another corner kick for IT Carlow here, approaching the hour mark. They trail Maynooth by 2-1. Lauren Kelly and Emma Byrne with the goals.
They have an opportunity here now, a corner. Megan Smith-Lynch will be taking it, left foot in swinger.
It's an option of taking a short one, but she wants to go long. Smith-Lynch, oh, it's side netting.
Disappointing.
Got that one wrong.
Really be relying on the deliveries today, and that's really disappointing to see that go into the side netting there.
It's been entertaining. It's been, I think, a lot more open, a lot faster than the two women's finals from 2018, won both by IT Carlow.
We could be seeing a similar story this half, and Maynooth again starting the game, the half very brightly, and slowly Carlow growing into the game, but Maynooth won't be wanting to make the same mistake again, and they'll be extra wary, I think, this half.
That is a Maynooth throw. We'll have a considerable amount of stoppage time at the end of this, and around half an hour or so. Brooke Dunn. And hit into no man's land. Tamara O'Connor, and just a little drag back off the ball play. Probably could have continued, but Vicky McHenry, the referee, wanted to have her words of discipline as well. Strong header by Rebecca Carroll to get it away, and this is with Brooke Dunn, and Dunn has gone down, play allowed to continue. Brilliant snapshot, it's in the crossbar. What a brilliant first time strike. Out of absolutely nothing. It's going to be a corner. It could have been a goal for Lauren Dwyer from a huge long way out.
You just see her back here on the replay now. It looks like Lenihan isn't too sure where she's on a goal. She looks to, just watching now, she looks to tip it over the bar. She's under too much pressure. I think she maybe thought she was a little bit closer than she was, maybe, to her line.
An amazing effort.
Carlo will be hoping that Megan Smith-Lynch delivery is a lot better this time, gives them something to attack.
Definitely it'll have to be a different idea this time, and it's one towards the far post dangerously. Callahan was up there, couldn't connect. Back towards Smith-Lynch again. She's got room and lots of it to put in a dangerous cross. It evaded so many. Whipped away by Hannah Flatley. The counter's on, but there's plenty of green shirts back. Sarah McCavitt always looked as if it was going to be a losing battle for her. 3 All-Ireland school titles, league and cup titles with Killinall and Peak Villa. Played in the European Under-17 finals in Iceland a couple of years ago, and a late winner for Peamount against Wexford Youths in 2016. And with Wexford Youths now having been with Peamount. Good delivery in the middle, but the flag was up anyway for offside. So there would have been no permanent damage, but it was a good ball in the centre. Here's Sarah McKevitt. It's a decent short one for Brooke Dunn. That was a solid challenge by Kane.
Taking no prisoners there, was she?
Keeley. Here's Byrne, who has the lead goal, almost tied up at 2-2. That speculative strike by Lauren Dwyer. Kane won't get there. Quiver Walsh intercepting perfectly.
It's great.
It's a throw.
Defending from Walsh there. She's read that well. Once bitten, twice shy, I think. She was hurt there in the first half with that goal. She won't be giving Bronagh Kane as much space again.
It's Lauren O'Callaghan's throw. Back pass by Walsh.
See Carlow trying to up the tempo a little bit now as we're moving into the later stages of the half.
McKevitt. That'll be a free kick with Quiver Walsh fouled.
It's a silly foul to give away there now.
Well, the back pass rule that came in 25 odd years ago means you just don't see back passes played back to the keeper anymore, but when they do pick them up, they're so rare that free kicks just aren't given. I thought that was a back pass, but there you go. Cut out by Walsh. Here's Megan Smith-Lynch. Lauren Dwyer, good release. Plenty of green shirts up. Kane's cross, dangerous! Oh. Almost an own goal! Almost put through her own net by Rebecca Carroll. Out for a corner. It could have been worse. It was so close.
Well, we can give her a bit of credit there. It was great defending. She's got herself into a really good position to block the cross. And only for her, that looked like it was making its way into the middle. Tamara Furlong, the waiting player. And more joy down that right-hand side for Carlow.
Well, Rebecca Carroll with the cutout. And it turned out to be a good one. She got away with that.
You know, it's Maynooth there calling all 11 players back into the box here to defend this corner. They're taking no risks whatsoever.
Carroll has been in a couple of FAI Cup finals for UCD Waves and has been Mount Player of the Year 3 seasons in a row. Oh. And the header is over the top. Great chance in the middle. And it just wouldn't fall properly for Orla Conlon. Headed it over the top in the end, but IT Carlow are getting some chances here, and it was another good corner that by Smith-Lynch.
It was. This time she's opted for that short option with Becky Cassin coming in as a late runner. And I think sometimes when you call all your players back into the 18, you don't have someone staying high that can see that late run from one of the defending players. So it was a great delivery as well, and Orla Conlon getting ahead on the end of it. So again, Carlow gaining momentum again in the half, but they need to really keep trying to push on and create more chances of that goal, but Maynooth seem to be sitting quite deep at the minute, inviting on the pressure.
That's what you call an up and under. That would have been perfect across town at the Buccaneers Stadium, the other side of the motorway, which has been a regular base for the Ireland under-20s and women's international rugby teams. Forward by Smith-Lynch.
Great touch.
Back by Lauren O'Callaghan. This is Smith-Lynch again. O'Callaghan was in support. Challenged by Emma Byrne was a good ball winner, and she's down now, by the way, Emma Byrne.
Cramping up as well.
That's awkward from a Maynooth point of view. Already lost one player.
It just shows how hard they're working off that ball here now, Maynooth.
Play will continue without her. It's away by Gemma Berry.
Maynooth really won't want to lose Byrne. Sorry, she's been excellent in that midfield. She really has covered a lot of ground.
And Byrne is down again. Right that play would continue without her, as it's only a head injury where the referee's mandated or obliged to hold up play, or obviously a serious leg injury, we'll say. But
yeah, it looks like she's just cramping up in the calves, and I tell you, when that does start to go, it's very painful.
It's helped up by referee McHenry there.
Maynooth bench doesn't look too worried. They don't seem to have instructed anyone to go and warm up yet. I trust that Byrne might run that one off.
She's moving well again. She's just in the right of your picture, and she's got a bit of fluidity again, so she's looks okay for the time being. At the feet of Tamara O'Connor. They've got 4 up in around the area now. It's 5, and that'll be a free kick just outside the area. It's a tremendous opening for them. It's a yellow card against Brooke Dunn here for the challenge. Little bit of a follow through by Dunn late on Lauren Dwyer.
It's very unlucky there. I think Brooke Dunn seems to have just slid in to maybe try and block the shot. I think Lauren Dwyer was stretching there as she struck the ball, so I think her own momentum could have been taking her down.
"20 minutes to go. And it's following the same pattern as the first half. Maynooth University score first. Lots of IT Carlow pressure.
You see Maggie Duncliffe standing over the ball on her own this time. She's looking to hit the target at least from this angle.
Duncliffe to take. Good free kick. Oof. Great save. Tremendous save. And the rebound falling impressively to Orla Conlon. But what a fine effort. Duncliffe denied by Lenihan.
Yeah, she's done really well to get across the goal there. The near post, obviously the option for Duncliffe, the most inviting. But as the goalkeeper knows, that you have your wall to cover that side of the goal. But you always know you're most vulnerable that side. So Lenihan's done really well to go and get across it. And she pushed it away from danger as well.
Both keepers are having a tremendous contest, actually. And it's headed just over the top by Chloe Maloney from the corner. What an immense amount of opportunities for IT Carlow here.
Again, that's that ball we're talking about, Will, into the box. We're seeing it again this half. Carlow looking dangerous. Extension last 20 minutes now. Maynooth will should be looking to try and play the game in the Carlow half, even if they could just turn the Carlow back 4 and even try and win throws or anything down that half and try and play down there for as long as they can and get some pressure off their own back 4 for a little bit. We see again another free kick, and these are starting to build up now.
Just a little bit of a coming together after the whistle had gone.
Again, you see all the Carlow players making their way into the 18-yard box, and they'll be looking for Duncliffe to put that in that area again, give them something to go and attack.
They've 8 players ahead of the ball here. Duncliffe to take the free kick. Too deep, and fumbled in the end by Sophie Lenihan, but no worries, there was no one in a green shirt around. That was a bit more direct than it should have been, really.
Yeah, I think that was a poor decision to go for the shot there. I think from that distance you should be looking to maybe put it in an area where the keeper would be unsure about coming to collect, and your players can go in and attack it. So I would hope she could have done a bit better there.
I'm not sure if there's an element at the moment of Maynooth University hanging on. They still lead. 17 minutes of normal time to go, plus could be anything up to 5 minutes of stoppages in this second half.
We've just seen the one clash of heads, I think, didn't we, Will, that will be as much as anything that will be added on.
It's away very deep. Dunn. Forward again by Duncliffe. Picked out Smith Lynch, but the free kick this time goes against it.
This is just what Maynooth need now, they should take this very slowly now, take the sting out of the game, don't be in a hurry to take this free kick. You just see Rebecca Carroll going down there to do her laces up. Previous UCD player. A little bit of experience there coming in. She won't be in a rush to take this. She'll be looking now to put this over the back foot, give them something to run on to. Give the back four a breather.
Controlled well by Duncliffe again and got it down the middle, but Carroll with the interception. Duncliffe with a decent release. Here goes Brona Kane. Last touch came off her, I think, but
it did.
Flags up, free kick Maynooth. Given against Kane.
It's great defending again there, wasn't it? Gemma Berry quick to get across, shielded that really, really well. Another player there that's had a great game so far.
Here's Emma Byrne, who's got the lead goal for the moment, trying to release Sarah McKevitt down the near side. Byrne waiting in the centre, and Flatley is too. Had to go through too many bodies to find Flatley, though. That was a clearance and a half. Solidly struck by Quiva Walsh. Kane trying to get away down the right-hand side, and Brona Kane is in here, and it's another corner kick.
Yeah, Rebecca Carroll again finds herself in a really, really good position there, just doing enough to kind of block the cross, but at the same time she's ready to put a challenge in on Brona Kane if she needs to. But yeah, I think Carroll and Berry have made a great partnership this game so far. They've defended really, really well. One's covered the other really well.
Another good delivery. Keeper came. Sophie Lennon seemed to run into the back of one of her defenders, but she's okay. She's recovered well. Been a memorable final. Some extraordinary goals and a couple of others that could have matched it.
Yeah, it has. It's been everything you want, really. There's been some good, strong challenges all over the park. Again, there's one. And
yeah, Lauren O'Callaghan's down now, whose father is the opposition manager, don't forget.
I don't know what's going through his mind right now, wouldn't you? She seems to be okay. She'll shake that off. But again, looks like Duncliffe's going to be over the ball, and she definitely won't be trying to shot from this range, Will. I'm hoping she'll be putting it into that 18-yard box. There's be too many Carlow players in there, though.
Duncliffe getting it towards the edge of the area, and the back header was by Brooke Dunn, so it will be a IT Carlow throw.
You just notice a small change in the setup for Maynooth. Brooke Dunn seems to have dropped into the midfield there alongside Byrne, and they've pushed Lauren Kelly a little bit higher through the middle. Should be a really good outlet for them, a big threat now going forward.
Offside. "13 minutes and counting." Maynooth lifted the league title 2015, 2017.
These two sides were meeting again, winning the InterVarsity semi-final in March.
That's a decent ball forward, and there had to be a lot of forethought from Quiva Walsh there. Kane charging her down. That has been one of the battles of the night. I mean, Brona Kane's had a terrific game. Maggie Duncliffe from an IT Carlow point of view. Walsh has been impressive. Rebecca Carroll and so on for Maynooth University.
Emma
Keepers
Burns
have
worked
done well.
tirelessly in that middle of the park as well, hasn't she? She's gotten the score sheet for her team. She's creating attacks for them going forward. She's really working hard as well. There's a number of people really stepping up to the mark tonight. Good
work by Lauren O'Callaghan. Forward towards Brona Kane.
No nonsense clearance there.
And the last, oh, that's a corner.
Ooh.
Tamara O'Connor's won it. I thought with the naked eye at first that it would have been a goal kick, but a corner it is. And it's interesting that it's Maggie Duncliffe who's coming over to take it.
Yeah, change. I mean, no in-swinger now from Smith Lynch. Duncliffe coming out on the right foot here, on the right-hand side.
FAI Cup winner with Cork City 15 months ago when they beat UCD Waves in the final. That's a great delivery. That is a real tricky delivery. And it almost paid off, and Maynooth University have brought everybody back. And that's a nice skip by Lorna O'Callaghan. The cross was good.
Oh,
Emma Byrne.
a lot of pressure now from Carlow in these final few minutes.
And that'll be whacked away by Sarah McKevitt. They didn't even think about a counter-attack. Well, they've got a counter-attack going here, maybe. Lauren Kelly was almost through. Becky Casson with the challenge.
Very lucky
and
with
it was
tackle.
Deemed okay. Big slice, big opening. Quiver Walsh got in ahead of Megan Shanahan. And Maynooth University survive, and it's been about survival for them. And that's offside again against Brona Kane. She was just off.
Close call there from the official. She wouldn't have made that ball anyway, so she won't have too much to complain about.
What a cracking final. This has been terrific.
Yeah, these last 10 minutes are going to be entertaining now. Carlow really up in the pressure a little bit more. You're starting to see a few gaps appearing in the Maynooth defence, but I think this break again might do them good, give them a chance to get shape back, regroup. Lenahan in no rush to take this free kick.
And at this stage, there's no reason why she would be. There's been no change made by IT Carlow yet, by the way, and Maynooth University have made just the one. On the ball now, this is she, Cleena Owens, and it was for that injury to their captain, Emer Lafferty, just before the hour mark at Athlone Town, and down goes Rebecca Carroll. Free kick. She's definitely put some work in tonight herself. I think there's no argument. It's the two strongest sides in the competition that have reached the final. It doesn't always happen. But this has been terrific cup final. Terrific league final. The cup final comes next month, and one of these two will be in it, up in Seaview.
Yeah.
Which is a terrific venue. Maynooth Mayettes have an opening up front. Lauren Kelly's lost it though. Also tried to reclaim. Flatley was there too. IT Carlow throw. 8 minutes of normal time to go. I was still expecting a considerable amount of stoppage time. Should be at least 4 minutes, but
yeah,
a little bit more. Awkward fall by Lauren Keeley, that was actually, as she just went off the pitch.
She wondered myself, it was another player cramping up, but she seems to be up anyway.
It's been chilly. I mean, it's been very warm here for a lot of the day, and then probably around 30 minutes before kick-off time, when darkness fell, it really got quite cold here.
Starting to see a little bit of activity on the IT Carlow bench. We could be seeing the first change there for coming to the final stages of the game.
Megan Smith-Lynch. Oh, that's a great ball, and it just wouldn't fall properly.
Don't think Colin thought that that was going to come through to her there. Owens looked like she was going to meet that ball in the air, but it did beat her.
Shanahan just couldn't control. Now, here's the change that IT Carlow want to make, and it's their first of this decider, and it'll be Tara Jacob replacing Megan Shanahan by the looks of it. She's had a decent final up front, but Tara Jacob of Allenwood Celtic has won the Kildare League futsal title the last 2 years. She is on. It's a big change up front. Megan Shanahan has withdrawn as we're about to enter the 85th minute.
First touch for her.
It's a more solid touch away. This is Maggie Duncliffe doing the covering work. It's only Hannah Flatley in any way in advanced position from Maynooth University at the moment, and she was on the halfway line. She's done well to win it. Doesn't have a lot of support though. That's the problem when they get possession in midfield. Probably much has been the last 20 minutes or so. Lauren O'Callaghan on the overlap. She'll try and get the cross in. That is well stopped by Quiva Walsh. Corner it is for IT Carlow. It looks like O'Callaghan wants to take it herself, and she will.
Walsh was again really, really disappointed with that decision from the official again, wasn't she? And she might be able to argue that's two now. She's been hard done by. Smith Lynch over this one.
Yep, Smith Lynch will be the taker. Deep towards the far post. That's an incredible point-blank save. I've no idea how that did not go in. And I'm not sure Sophie Lenihan even knows how she saved it.
Does know too much about that one either, Will.
She saved it. I don't know how, but she saved it.
That's all that matters. She'll be delighted with that.
It was an amazing moment. Came off the post. Looked to be Tamara O'Connor that it's the goal. It would have been hers. Incredible.
What a save.
They've hit the bar, they've hit the post in this second half. And both from saves by Sophie Lenihan.
Oh,
suddenly it's a big opening for Chloe Maloney, who's been sent up there.
Oh, Conlon.
Conlon's failed to score. And the chances are racking up for IT Carlow, incredibly. This could have gone into the net as well. Found herself in a really great position. Conlon's strike, and she skied it.
Doing a lot better from there.
Another change coming. This is for Maynooth University. Emer Gillen is coming on from Greencastle in Donegal. Plays for them. Under 18 National Cup winner this year. And she's replacing Hannah Flatley.
She's in no rush to come off, and rightly so. This stage of the game now, and going to take the sting out of things. It's all about managing the final few minutes, and good time to maybe make a sub. Pair of fresh legs up top by the looks of things. Chase down a few long balls, I think.
Flatley off, Gillen on. Decent ball on the overlap into the gloom. Looks to be Smith Lynch again. And clipped, sliced by Lauren Keeley. Did enough to prevent the corner. That's deflected. It's a goal kick. And Cleena Owens waited for it to bounce to get onto her correct side. And it almost ricocheted into the net. Just pinged off Tamara O'Connor and went wide. It's been amazing, the IT Carlow pressure in this second half. This could be the big opening for Kane, and Sophie Lenihan has saved it.
Lenihan's done really well there. She's in a great position there off her line, anticipating that ball through, and she's dealt with it really, really well.
Good play by McKevitt. If they can have the ball in the other end of the park for long enough, they'll be happy. Final pass by Brooke Dunn was a bit too strong. 90 seconds of normal time to go. It's been a terrific final.
Carlow seems that they might be running out of time now. They have to be quite direct with their play. Not as wasteful as that.
I don't think we could have ever anticipated a decider as good as this. It has been dramatic. It has been fantastic. Good technical play. So many National League players in it. So many international footballers in it.
It has. It's been a really good spectacle tonight. And a great display of football from both teams. And Maynooth have played the game really, really well. You just see in the final moments of the half now, they're managing it really, really well and taking the sting out of the game where they can. And unfortunately for Carlow, they started both halves really slow.
It's run through Tara Jacob, clipped forward by Duncliffe. All Maynooth have to do now, all they have to do is just defend it. Keep it out.
Sounds simple.
Look at this from Duncliffe.
No.
She's having a great final, but she's pulled it across goal.
Yeah, a little bit of panic maybe setting in there. If she just takes her time, gets her head up there, she might be able to see a few better options in the box.
Brilliant play by Maggie Duncliffe, who's been so impressive in this decider. We're about to see how much stoppage time we'll have, and it may be a hefty amount. It'll be 5 minutes. 5 added minutes.
Carlow will be happy to see that.
We've had quite a number of stoppages. Little flick on, which came from Brona Kane, who scored that incredible equalising goal after 25 minutes.
It's a great throw out from Lenihan there, almost reaching McKevitt.
What resolve shown by Maynooth to keep the lead for this long. They've been under an incredible amount of pressure. And just like the first half, they haven't really had a chance in the half since the goal. They've had to defend a lot. Their goalkeeper, Sophie Lenihan's, had a brilliant decider.
She has. She's anticipated things really, really well. Well, she's been off her line quite quick, despite that equalising goal in the first half. But she's read things really well. She's come out when she's needed to. She took the sting out of the game. Arguably a contender for player of the match as well.
Which you're going to name in a couple of minutes' time, provided there's not an equaliser for IT Carlow, and if there is, we'll hold it over. But of course, if you name your player of the match and we still get an equaliser and force us to extra time, you can reassess your opinion towards the end of it.
It might have an impact on my decision. I'll hold off for the next minute or two.
Good challenge by Brooke Dunn. Ian McGillen, who came on a few moments ago, just losing out. There's lots of room for O'Callaghan on this near side, and she's been picked out very well. It's Lauren O'Callaghan. It's a low cross. It's an important cut out, and it came off Kane last. That will be a throw for Maynooth University.
Yeah, Maynooth will be delighted with that there. Kane putting in that last minute block there, but it's resulted in a throw for Maynooth, who won't be any rush at all to take this throw. There's a number of players. We'll be looking at IT Carlow players who have had some great games. I think Maynooth as well, they've really dug in. They've been really well organised. They've worked tirelessly across the pitch, and they continue to do so.
Past Kane, and a run past Tamara O'Connor as well. Here's O'Callaghan. That's a terrific cross by O'Callaghan! And that was the moment. That was the moment to send the game to extra time, and Smith Lynch has hooked it over.
You wouldn't have wanted another player in there, Will. Smith Lynch, normally very, very good in those sort of areas. Great on the ball, but maybe she took her eye off that one, you don't know. But a great delivery from Lauren O'Callaghan. His chances keep coming.
They've had an amazing amount of opportunities in this second half.
They really have. Another throw to Maynooth. Again, there won't be in a rush to take it. You can see Walsh there. She even just looks tired the way she's going after the ball.
They've had 11 opportunities since the goal in the last 40 minutes.
11 good opportunities though, Will.
And there's no outfield player in the IT Carlow half. Gemma Berry getting it away, and anywhere will do at this stage.
Oh, great turn by Conlon.
Conlon's done well. She's got tons to aim for in the middle. It's out for a corner, and it's been put out there by Lauren Keeley. We're heading for the final minute of stoppage time as IT Carlow try and force extra time. And it's going to be Maggie Duncliffe to take it.
The player from Maynooth there, Keeley, who's had a really good game. She's tracked her runners. She's screened across the back four really well all game.
Dangerous off the crossbar, direct from the corner by Duncliffe. Absolutely incredible.
You really couldn't have asked for any more from Carlow, could you? They've had a really good goal, this goal, all half.
She hit the crossbar directly. She swung it in so well, and it almost went all the way into the net. And Lenihan happy to see it come off the crossbar. Player of the match?
Player of the match, it really is a tough one. I think Rebecca Carroll's had a great game. I mentioned Keeley had a really good game. Emma Byrne getting that winning goal. Well done.
Here's the throw by Tamara O'Connor. I don't think I've got an answer to that question yet.
No,
here goes Chloe Maloney.
I'm enthralled in this game.
It's away
so
by
good.
McKevitt.
And
That's it. It's all over.
Yeah.
It's all over. Maynooth University win their third title in 5 seasons.
I think for me, I think I'd go with Lauren Keeley. For me, I think she's worked tirelessly in that midfield. She's tracked back, she's made interceptions, and she's closed down really well. So there's a number of them. I think Sophie Lenihan was outstanding as well. She made a couple of really good influential saves. Again, a tough decision to make, but I think Lauren Keeley just done enough with.
Well, it was Lauren Kelly who opened the scoring for Maynooth University after 4 minutes. A tight-angled strike from outside the area. Got it above Amanda McQuillan. Brona Kane scored from even further out after 25 minutes to bring IT Carlow level. But the winning goal came 2 minutes into the second half. It was a good through pass by Hannah Flatley to get it in towards Emma Byrne in front of goal. And that was the winner ultimately. But 3 times after that, 13 opportunities for IT Carlow, and 3 times they hit the upright. An absolutely incredible final. Well, great joyous scenes down on the pitch. The trophy presentation is on the way very shortly. We'll get some reaction for you as well. But we'll be back with you very soon indeed. What did you make of that final ultimately, Tom?
I thought it was an excellent final. What a game. We've seen it all. We've seen the crossbar being hit, we've post and keeper making great saves to, ones really where you think they should be scoring. The two goals we've seen in the first half were absolutely outstanding finishes.
Well, let's take a look at those goals. This was the lead after 4 minutes through Lauren Kelly.
Just see Kelly getting a head up there just before she strikes the ball. Has a quick look that she can see McQuillan off her line and hit. That's great play from Tamara Furlong. And what a ball in as well from her. And again, another great strike.
Brona Kane tying it up at 1-1.
She doesn't even have to break her stride.
And then 2 minutes into the second half, the control by Hannah Flatley to release Emma Byrne to score the winning goal.
Yeah, it's a run from midfield. She hasn't been tracked. I think Maggie Duncliffe switches off there a little bit, doesn't track that run. But again, it's another great finish. She's done really well there under pressure from the keeper to put that away.
Thanks very much, Tom. It's been a great final, and the trophy presentation is on the way. We'll be back with you in the next 60 seconds. Well, an absolutely memorable final. Trophy presentation will be coming up very, very shortly indeed. Let's see if we can get a quick word with Lauren Kelly. Lauren, congratulations, and you got the opening goal.
Yeah, well, I think it was rough at the start. Like, we knew what we were coming up against, and it was good to get the opening goal, I suppose, because we scored earlier, which can be dangerous as well because it gives them a lot of time. But I think we held it well. I know we conceded, but once we scored the second, we did well to keep it a 2-1 anyways. There was rough times though.
And an amazing amount of defending for the last, 45 minutes basically.
From the minute we scored the second goal, we knew we just couldn't let them score again, because you know how it felt like the first one, to concede again just makes everything too hard. So we said this time we couldn't, and there was a few nervy moments, but we got through it anyways in the end.
Third league title in 5 years for Maynooth University now.
Well, this is my first, as I'm only in second year, but it's great because the girls are trying to swear us on, telling us how good it is and stuff, and it just feels great. It's great,
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you much.
Trophy ceremony will be coming up very, very shortly indeed. These are the only 3 titles that they've actually won, but between them and IT Carlow, they've been in each of the last 5 finals together. Presentation committee: Robert Oldham, the WSCIA Treasurer, Emma Urell of RUSTLERS, and Paul Dunton, the Treasurer of the WSCAI.
Congratulate both teams for making this year's final. It was an absolutely outstanding game to watch. Before we go on to the medals presentation, we'd like to thank our sponsors, RUSTLERS, for their outstanding support throughout the year. They've been absolutely incredible. We'd also like to thank the Athlone Town FC for the use of their fantastic stadium. And we're going to move on with the medal presentation, and we're going to call on the officials first. Before we move on, we're going to present the player of the match. It's Maynooth University, Lauren Keeley. Commiserations to IT Carlow, and we'd like to call on you to come up and collect your medals, please.
Well, they performed brilliantly. The amount of opportunities they had in this final, quite remarkable, to be honest with you. 13 in the second half. Goalkeeper Amanda McQuillan had a terrific game. Brona Kane was fantastic. Captain Megan Smith-Lynch. Maggie Duncliffe, I thought, was magnificent, probably the best player. Becky Casson played brilliantly. Lauren O'Callaghan, magnificent in the wing also. But the defending champions, the treble winners last season, runners-up in the league this time.
Now we move on to the medal presentation for the 2019 League winners, Maynooth University. Calling the captain last. So, girls, if you'd like to come. Just gather in here, girls.
Well, they have been awesome. Probably this is the best final we've seen since live coverage began. We had the Collingwood Cup final on live TV in 2014. NUI Maynooth, as they were, against NUI Galway. Very, very tight final, but this was open, this was free-flowing, huge amount of opportunities. 3 goals, and we could have had 3 times that number. Emma Urell of RUSTLERS presenting the medals here. And for the substitutes as well, Lauren Keeler, Maeve Keneally, Kaylee Wilson, Ciara Walsh, Jennifer O'Neill, who we didn't see. And those who did come on, Cleta Owens and Emma. And the head coach for Maynooth University, James O'Callaghan, as well. He's earned his medal too. And this is the moment. A third title in 5 seasons for Maynooth University. League champions 2015, 2017, and again in 2019. The third title in 5 seasons. And you will surely not see a better decider than that. They've been absolutely magnificent. The mandatory victorious photograph as well for a very, very impressive side. They've had to fight hard for that trophy. And I don't think we'll see a better decider than that this year. Emma Lafferty went off just around the hour mark. But still comes away with a trophy right at the end. Let's go. Quick word with Captain Emma Lafferty. If you can join me. Emma, you managed to get your hands on the trophy, although you didn't get through the 90 minutes.
Yeah, unfortunately I was coming in here with a bit of a knock on my knee, and we've a few games coming up in the next few weeks, and one of the balls went to go over the top of my head, and I just knew I didn't have the legs to do it, so I decided to be fair to the team and come off, let someone else do the job. So.
You knew pretty immediately you wouldn't be able to finish then?
Oh yeah, as soon as I was heading for that run, my kind of knee was going again. As I said, I was already injured coming in, so it just kind of pulled out. But I think it was the best thing because Cleta came on there, she done an excellent job. She's a very good defender. So.
Yeah, you'd won the last 3 titles between the two of you, and that was an amazing quality decider.
Yeah, like Maynooth have been very well. Now, when I came into first year, we were actually in the division below. We'd just gone up to the Premier Division, so it was quite a big deal now to look in the last 4 years where we've come from just losing out in the league below, and now we're winning the Premier Division for the 3rd time actually in 4 years. So.
And you're meeting again against them soon?
We're meeting in like 10 days, I think, so I'm sure that won't be pretty. They're not a nice team to play against. There's talent throughout, so. But it'll be a very good game again, and like the professionalism here was great, given the 3rd level football the respect that it deserves. So.
Magnificent, well done.
Thank you very much.
Utterly tremendous. Let's actually grab a quick word with Lauren Keeley if we can, because you were the player of the final in the end. You've got your player of the match trophy.
Yeah, absolutely delighted. It was a tough game, but I'm glad we saw it out till the end,
I mean, that took a huge amount considering they hit the woodwork 3 times in the second half.
I know, yeah, but you know, there's always going to be a tough game against Carlow, but you get what you give, and we saw it out to the end, so happy out.
And I mean, the fact that it was just all hands on deck, pretty much everybody in your own half for a lot of that second half.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what finals are, and you have to defend as much as you attack, and we got our goals at the start, so we did well with our defending anyways. We got the win.
Absolutely, well done, and congratulations. And the celebrations are continuing. Quite something. Well, the winning goal was scored by Emma Byrne. Emma, congratulations. A winning goal to decide a terrific final.
Yeah, I did not expect it, I'm not going to lie. One forward run a year can make all the difference.
But I mean, you had to hold out for more than 45 minutes plus up.
For 90 minutes, let's be real, but it's not all about attacking, it's all about defending as well. We are a team, we held together, like, what more can I say?
Absolutely, but managing to score twice at the other end helped a little bit too.
2 chances, 2 goals, it's got to be clinical, so it's not all about, like, they had loads of chances, but we took ours, and that's the main thing, really.
I mean, you'll be delighted by the goalkeeping display and the defensive display overall too.
I love a good defence. You can ask anyone, like, I'm a defensive player, but, like, we as a unit, we all defended beautifully.
Well done on that winning goal. Did you know much about it? What goes through your head in that moment?
Curse words, like panic. It was just in that moment, like, you just think, like, one moment can change a match, and I suppose I just had to take that chance, and I'm glad I did. Ended in a good way, didn't it?
Nice one, well done.
Thanks.
Well, that's our winning goal scorer, and this is the winning team. I don't think we could have ever expected to see a better final than that. Congratulations, Maynooth University taking the title for the 3rd time in 5 years, and they'll face IT Carlow again in the Kelly Cup semi-final in Belfast. But for now, for 2019, they're the league champions, and they really deserved it. What a final from Athlone Town. Good night.